and former member in the House of Representatives, Sargeant Ogun, has dumped the party for African Democratic Congress, ADC. The former Edo governorship aspirant in the 2024 election was at ADC National Secretariat in Abuja to express his confidence on the interim leadership of the coalition for strong and viable opposition in the country. Sargeant Ogun is one of the aspirants for Edo Central, which became vacant by the election of Governor Monday Okpebholo. Now, to speak on the crisis rocking our Labour Party, with me here in the studio is Christian Omofoma, who will also be joined by Abayomi Arebambi. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, we've seen, the crisis in Labour Party, accusations, counter-accusations. What is your take on the expulsion of Peter Obi?
Thank you. To set the record straight, Peter Obi has not been expelled from the Labour Party. Abure and his co-travelers, they are the ones trying to give relevance to themselves when his tenure and the tenure of his NWC has expired. We had a Supreme Court judgment stating that fact, and even prior to that, there was already, issues on ground that clearly stated that, even in recent times, INEC themselves have stopped recognizing him as the chairman of Labour Party because of that judgment we got from the Supreme Court. So he can say whatever he wants. He can gather with his family and friends. He's a friend. He's a gathering of friends and family. So he's not representative. He doesn't have the authority of the Labour Party to gather, to call a NEC meeting, as it were. So if he calls a NEC meeting and says he wants to expel Peter Obi, it's not a NEC meeting of the Labour Party. It's a gathering of friends and family. So he can do that whenever he wants, and it does not represent the Labour Party. A Senator Nenadi Usman, the party has come together and given her the mantle to conduct the next congresses and national convention so as to elect a new leadership for the party. The Supreme Court judgment clearly stated that the internal workings of the party, right, and leadership are issues to be determined by the party stakeholders themselves. The party stakeholders has come together, led by His Excellency Peter Obi and His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti, along with all our National Assembly members, the senators and House of Rep.
Okay. So let's hear from Abayomi. Abayomi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, now, Abayomi, we see that the crisis in Labour Party is worsening. Which of the faction is duly recognized by INEC? Can you tell us?
Well, as we speak today, you can Google INEC portal. If you see, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Go on.
You can Google the INEC portal.
Can you hear me, Abayomi? We seem to be having a connection issue with Abayomi. So he's trying to say that we should Google the INEC portal.
I think he would refer to the INEC portal. Listen, Abure was the national chairman of Labour Party, okay? If you go to the INEC portal he's referring to, you can see clearly there. Abure was already removed as national chairman from the INEC portal. When he went to get that judgment at the High Court, right, and they brought him back, which, if you look at it, they put by court order. He was put back there by court order, instructing INEC to return him as the national chairman of the party. And now the same court, the higher court, which is the Supreme Court of Nigeria, has also removed him, has also stated that his tenure has expired, and that the appellant, the three requests of the appellant, Senator Nenadi, that went to court, has been granted. It's clearly stated, it's public records. So INEC is reviewing the Supreme Court judgment. INEC, normal bureaucracy of any government parastater, is taking time. They are doing their internal audits, internal reports, and all that. And INEC will do the right thing in due course. It's obvious, he's going to keep saying that the INEC portal, but INEC would not leave the portal open without leadership. So if you look at even those INEC has seen suspended or even removed from the NWC, proud to now, their names are still there. Even the ones Abure removed, their names are still there, far back at 2023. So you cannot leave the portal vacant. That is why Abure's name is still there. Otherwise, his tenure has expired, and INEC stated it, and they've stopped inviting him for their meetings. The last INEC consultative meeting, quarterly consultative meetings INEC did, they refused to invite him. He tried to force himself in there, and he was walked away. So I don't know what Bayomi is talking about. Even he himself was suspended by the same Abure in 2023.
Okay, I think he's back online. Let's get back to Abayomi. Abayomi, with all of this going on, I mean, Peter Obi was a star of Labour Party. With his movement to the coalition party, do you think your party still stand a chance in 2027?
Well, let me first of all provide an answer to him. I think we should learn to be grateful to political party that gave us. He didn't tell you he was the senatorial candidate of Labour Party. You asked him who gave him that ticket, and whether he contested for primary before he was that ticket, upon which he came to limelight now to be saying all manner of negative things against his benefactor. Abure was this guy's benefactor. As far as I'm concerned, Labour Party is a young man in Labour Party. We are their elders. Now, let's make the record clear. If anybody comes on air and said INEC is reviewing the judgment of Supreme Court, I think we are being economical with the truth. In Ode versus Anyanwu, Supreme Court also said the same thing. They said the Labour Party that issue of leadership is not justiciable. That is, court cannot determine who is the leader. So if court cannot determine who is the chairman of a party, why is he coming on to lies about the Supreme Court judgment? What Nenadi took to court was whether it is within the purview of court to declare Abure as the chairman of the party. And the court said it is not justiciable. Are you getting me? That it is not justiciable for them. So the position is very clear that court did not pronounce Nenadi as chairman of the party. That is one. The court said pronouncing the chairmanship of Labour Party by any court is set up.
Well,
That time.
we seem to have lost the audio there.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
So as I was saying, the court did not remove Abure for Nenadi. Neither did he pronounce Nenadi as chairman. But you see, what they did is this. He talking there is not conversant with the Electoral Act and Constitution of Nigeria. The rule is in Section 82(1) of the Electoral Act. You should write it down. Only the chairman and secretary of a political party can write to INEC over NEC, convention, NWC, or any other meeting or congresses to elect their leader. 82(5) now said failure to write INEC will render the outcome of such meeting invalid. Now, what does that mean? In their meeting,
Abayomi, just before you go on, the questions among Nigerians is, what is your reason for wanting to expel Peter Obi?
That is where I am going. Peter Obi is never the chairman of Labour Party, and he can never be chairman of Labour Party. Himself and His Excellency Governor Lesotho unconstitutionally considered themselves as chairman and secretary of our party, thereby putting up a notice for a purported Yam Festival meeting, which they call Labour Party NEC. Now, this, my friend, doesn't even look at the Constitution. Who are the members of NEC? It's only the governor that is member of NEC in our Constitution. We do not have former presidential candidates or even member of House of Assembly, member of National Assembly, Senate and Rep. They are not members of our NEC. These are the group of people they unconstitutionally gathered in Abia State to celebrate their Yam Festival. When they want to do the second round, they came to Transcorp Hilton to finalize, and they now made Nene Usman chairman of their Yam Festival. It's not chairman of Labour Party.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you now. Abafuma, of course, you can hear all he had to say. But then I'll also put this question to you. What is the reason for wanting to expel Peter Obi?
You see, it came as a shock to everyone when they put out that statement, you know. Labour Party was completely nothing before Peter Obi came into the party. Peter Obi brought his good fortunes, and the Nigerian youth joined Peter Obi, you know, in elevating the party to the status it currently enjoys right now, you know. But Abure and his NWC frittered away that good fortune. You know, even with the expiry of his tenure, he's still clinging on to power and doesn't want to leave just because of for their nuisance value. I don't know what they're trying to do. Now, they see that the party wants to make progress now, and there's a new alliance forming, the ADC. And again, they are rearing their head to want to destabilize the whole thing by saying they are expelling Peter Obi from the party. First of all, he does not have the rights to do that. He's not the chairman of the party, as stated by INEC, as stated by the courts. He's not the chairman. Abayomi rightly said now that Alex Otti is the member of the NEC. Right now, Otti is the head of NEC in Labour Party right now. He's the highest elected official. You know, if you're talking about the stakeholders, him and the National Assembly are the major stakeholders right now because they are the elected officials of the party. And they have come together and elected Senator Nnamdi Usman to run the affairs of the party, transition it, and do the congresses and the national convention, and produce a national chairman. Abure can run. Anybody can run. Abayomi can come and contest, you know, when the time comes for the national chairmanship. You know, if they are so popular, it's not an issue. They should come and run, like every other person runs for elected position. He just said that I ran for Senate. Now, yeah, I ran for Senate. So, what is wrong in running for Senate? He should come and run when the time comes. When the national convention is open to everybody. Even you sitting here can run. I can run. Just become a member of Labour Party. You know, so it's not a big deal. This whole thing that each time we try to make progress, Abure and his people come forward and try to mitigate it and stop it, nip it in the bud. It is wrong. You know,
so what is the way forward?
The public should completely disregard that statement. He has no rights. He cannot even do that. You know, whatever he's doing with his people, he can gather with his people. I told you they're a group of friends, gathering and saying all sorts of things that they are NEC and they are not. As long as His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti is not seated in that NEC meeting, then it is a gathering of friends and family. And I know Dr. Alex Otti will not be present where they do that, whatever they want to do. Yeah.
Okay, Abayomi, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, now the crisis that has been rocking Labour Party, you know, it seems to be worsening by the day. What is the way forward?
Well, before the way forward, let me correct him. We had one governor, we had Mr. Peter Obi in 2023, but we had a governor in this party before in the person of Mimi. My friend there and Mr. Peter Obi, I think they should be in there, you know, managing their businesses. When we as members, we put that surprise against Baba Obasanjo. Then when Mimiko became governor, we had more than one senator in this party. Senator Magege was a senator elected under this party before, you know, he moved to APC because he wants to run for the office of the Deputy Senate President. I think they must be accustomed to history that when 82 party were deregistered, Labour Party was not deregistered. It wasn't because we know Obi or Governor Lesotho, with due respect to him. It was us in that party that made it possible that Labour Party survived. But let me tell you the way forward. We will not deal with fraudulent people. He is saying, oh, despite the fact that Abure is this, Abure is that. No, we are not going to hand over our party to a bunch of fraudulent people. People who deliberately made us fail 2023 election. Abure didn't make us fail 2023 election. I've made it very clear. It was Mr. Peter Obi who, in his own ingenuity, brought two flamboyant non-party members, Aisha Yusufu and Ito Agwadalo, that they should be the one uploading list of agents. And we failed to upload over 53,000 polling units. So nobody should be putting that blame. Abure was not even a party account to campaign for. Obi knew the people he brought. So our party is not meant for any market as usual. If they believe Obi is the face of the Labour Party or Obi is the one that made Labour Party what it was today, we will expel him. Let him now go and try it in ADC. If Obi is sure of himself, why do you have to put one leg in ADC, one leg in Labour Party? Once you are sure, stay with us and fight out with us now. It's enough for you to now ram everybody together to yourself, to now be ungrateful to the party that helped you. Abure helped Obi to where he was today. Obi is a
All right,
consequential in Nigerian political history.
Abayomi, you
But Abure made him what he
can you hear me, Abayomi?
This my brother here.
Well, we have to go. We have to go where we don't have time.
Yes.
Just 1 second, please.
Has not